Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jake with Stolen Potential, and I have a lot of questions. I don't know about you guys, but 21 Pilots, with every website update, continues to be increasingly cryptic and presents all of these new conversation starters and puzzles that I just don't have the answer for. None of us have the answer for them. So I was thinking about this in the car the other day, and I was really dwelling on all the questions that 21 Pilots has shown us or has presented us within their DEMA org website. Questions like, who is Nico? Who is Clancy? What is DEMA? What DEMA stands for? And what the heck is with the compass? There are so many questions that we 21 Pilots Click members have, and we aren't getting any of these answers. Now, it's easy to assume that a lot of these questions are going to be answered when the album is released. But this is what I was thinking about in the car a couple days ago, like I mentioned earlier. How is their music, how is their next album consisting anywhere between 10 and 20 tracks gonna answer all these questions? Now, obviously 21 Pilots is gonna be largely making this new album for their fans, their pre-existing fans. But on the other side, they're also gonna be making this album for people who have never heard of them before. So how are they gonna answer all these questions without sounding confusing to the new audience? Will it be awkward? Will it seem forced? How are these answers going to be revealed within the lyrics of the songs? Don't get me wrong, I don't know anything about the inner workings of 21 Pilots and Tyler Joseph's mind, but I wouldn't think they'd sing about DEMA and escaping it. I don't think they're going to sing about Clancy writing these letters and somehow getting resolution from the music, if that makes sense. Now, this leads me to believe that a lot of these answers that we're gonna get are gonna come directly from the DEMA org website, the DMA org website that we've been getting updates on ever since the beginning of summer. In the past, 21 Pilots, Tyler Joseph, Josh Dunn has sprinkled story details about Blurryface and who that character is within their Blurryface album. And they also reference to the character within Vessel as well, talking about the evil side or the dark side of our personality. But I feel like it's a lot easier to answer who Blurryface is within that album because that thing can be very obscure. You know, talking about the evil or the tormented side of our person. That's something that singers and songwriters have been singing and writing about for years. Probably ever since music was created. You think back to the Bible and you think about David singing about, you know, woe is me, and how he's struggling with his sin and trying to be the best person he can be for God. Now, I'm not making the comparison that Tyler Joseph is a biblical character or should be held at the same level as David, but I just thought that'd be fun to make that comparison. But back to the beginning, like I was saying, it's a lot easier to talk about your daily struggles in music rather than concrete facts regarding DEMA or Clancy. So because of this leads me to believe that we're going to receive all of the answers about DEMA, Nico, Clancy, all the prompts that 21 Pilots has set up in their website, their cryptic website. I would assume the website itself is going to officially answer those questions. But there's also another option. They may not even answer the questions, and that's what I really hope doesn't happen. We've been along this journey with 21 Pilots and their hiatus for nearly an entire year at this point, and I really hope that we eventually do get the answers to a lot of these questions that we've been asking online. I can remember way back to last July when all this stuff started happening and the click was going insane. There are still questions from that summer that have yet to be answered. What I'm trying to say is, I hope 21 Pilots doesn't pull a Lost. You know, like the TV show. This TV show was so notorious for setting up all of these crazy theories, all these crazy situations for the characters, and they hardly ever answered any of the questions. The writers were just so concerned about getting the audience to return to the next episode that they didn't really put emphasis on answering those questions. So I'm hoping and praying that 21 Pilots, if you're watching, we have these answers that need resolution. We need revelations here. We want to know who Clancy is. We want to know if he escapes. We also want to know who Nico is and what all the bishops do in DEMA. What even is DEMA? We don't even know that. We know it's a burial site, but in the context that 21 Pilots is referring to it, it also seems like a civilization or a colony. Strangely enough, it actually reminds me of The Village from the movie The Village. It's almost like a small encampment of people living on their own in complete seclusion in their own perfect community, apart from the rest of the world, when in reality, it is far from perfect, it's incredibly flawed, and it seems better on the outside than it really is on the inside. That's how I perceive DEMA at the moment, and I really want to see what Tyler and Josh are indicating that DEMA actually is. I want those answers. So with all that being said, I want to know what you guys have to think about this. I want to know if you believe that we're going to get all these answers, or if 21 Pilots is just going to pull a loss and never answer any of them. It's something that I'm so fascinated with, and I almost have car radio fevers. You know what I mean? Like car radio, he could not stop thinking about answers and about knowledge and what his purpose is, and that's kind of how I view myself with DEMA. I'm like, I continually think about this stuff, needing the resolution. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. I'm so excited about the new set that I have behind me. I've been teasing it for a while, but it's not complete. 21 Pilots is a band that has encouraged so much creativity over the years, and there are so many fantastic artists out there. This wall, I want to be filled with 21 Pilots fan art. Now, in the next video, I'm going to be talking about how you submit your fan art so that I can print out and put on that wall to display for the viewers. But that is just my general vision. I want to include you guys in the future of these videos. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching once again. This has been Jake with Stolen Potential. Still waiting on the next website update, but until then, I love 21 Pilots and so do you, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.